मुझसे बोलो मेरी ज़हरा मेरी ज़हरा कलमीनी दिल बहुत दर्द में डूबा है अली का कलमीनी मुझसे बोलो मेरी ज़हरा कलमीनी दिल बहुत दर्द में डूबा है अली का
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. My name is Khalil Ceballos and I'm from Argentina. We can say that we have ahkam, our daily laws for the most of our needs, our daily needs, but also we have the spiritual part and the inner part of Islam, and that is our connection with Ahlul Bayt and alayhim salam. And we can say that Fatima Zahra, salam alayha, is one of the main keys to this connection, this spiritual connection with Ahlul Bayt. She's the Shafi of all his sons, Shafi'ah. So he's the door of the doors. Is like the Prophet. We can say this the same being as the Prophet, is a part of the being of the Prophet, but in her we can find the most pure and beautiful manifestation of Allah Rahmah, Allah mercy. So through her we can enter in this side of the God's attributes, and this is very important. When we connect with the sacred being of Fatima Zahra, our hearts become purified, and we can feel this connection in our soul. So this enrich us in a spiritual way and strengthen our faith also. It's very important. This is the importance of these days. First of all, we can say that being unknown, the place and the date of the Shahada, of the martyrdom of Fatima Zahra, salamun alayha, is one of the signs of her oppression, of the peak of oppression she suffered, is one of the signs. But also we can see it like a part of God's wisdom, and also God's mercy, because we can use these days, these 20 days. They are 20 days because they are two different riwayats or traditions, or more than two, but they point to two different dates. One is like 90 days or 100 days after the death of our loved Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And also we have some traditions. I think one is from Abu Basir, that is say this is the third of Jamad al-Thani. This is 95 days after the visit of our lovely Prophet. And then we had another riwayah, another traditions that is considered important from Abu Ubaidah, another of the Imam Sadiq alayhi salam companions, that is say that is in the 13th of the Jamad al-Ula. This is 75 days after the visit of the Prophet. So we had between the 13th of Jamad al-Ula was the 3rd of the Jamad al-Thani, 20 days. So Alame Majlisi and other of our ulama, they considered that is because of ihtiyat, precaution, is better to remember Fatima Zahra, salamun alayha, in all these 20 days, and how, and like I was saying at the beginning, it's like a sign also of the mercy of God to allow us to remember her during these 20 days and be benefit from all the blessings of her sacred being. One of the main subjects, or we can say dalil, or reasons or ways that we can work in this world, in this dunya, for the arrival of our sacred Imam is through connecting our being, our soul, with his soul. The Imam Zaman is the heart of this creation, the heart of this world. Is our connection, our bridge with God. And so all the creation is connected with him. And how I was saying before, Fatima Zahra is the dar of the dar. So, and all the imams, all the mahsumins, they are in fact one being. And this being, this light, this Nur Muhammadiyah, that it's also the light of all the imams, all the mahsumins, is also in our hearts, but we have to learn to connect with it. And through Fatima Zahra, and through these days to remember her, we can make our hearts and our soul connected with this light. So we can be also connected with the sacred being of the Imam. And one of the ways, or the main way for the Imam to manifest, to arrive, is that all human beings should understand and be connected with this sacred being. We are all connected, but we should do it consciously, with our conscious also. We have to be awake, and to be awake, we have to connect, we have to feel in our hearts this being, the existence of this being, and the love of this being, and act according to it, according to him. And in this way we can help to the arrival of our Iman. Also, this is something that it has to be heart to heart. It's nothing. It's not only something we have to do with our reason, our intellect, or through our minds, or it's something that we should reach through our hearts. And also this is like how I was saying before, is like a light, a nur, or also a heat that should reach the hearts of other people. And through this irradiation of light and this heat, the heat of our hearts, the love in our hearts, we can reach others, and we can also make the dhuhur, the arrival of our iman, nearer, inshallah. We know that, inshallah, the day of the dhuhur and the government of the Imam Zaman will be the government, not only the government of justice, divine justice, but also the divine mercy and the brotherhood and love between all the creatures. We have some traditions that they say that the sheep will live with the wolf and the wolf will live with the sheep, and none of them will have any kind of fear of the other, because all the rahmah, all the mercifulness of God will be abroad all the world. So we can say that this will be the Dawlat al-Zahra, salamun alayha, because will be the government of love, of mercy, of brotherhood. And will be the manifestation of all God's attributes, but this peace and love and we can say harmony will reach all the humanity and all the world and creation, inshallah. And we can connect this fact trying to be trying to incorporate these attributes to our life, to be mercy with our brothers, to know the truly meaning of akhuwa. It means brotherhood. We have to be with the others like it was, or try to be with the others like Fatima Zahra what was with the others. Fatima Zahra was her sacred being. She didn't have anything for her. Everything was for the others. All his being, all his life was for the others. Was like that is why she's also like the archetype of the mother. He's all giving. It's all giving. All, not only love, everything she had. So, if we want to be to show others, we say we are Shias from the Imam Ali alayhi salam and Fatima Zahra salam alayha. We have to try to be like them. We have to show the other peoples this love, this mercifulness, and also this karam. We should give them, especially our Muslim brothers, we have to be with them like Fatima was, trying to be the most generous and the most altruistic we can be, so we can at least feel for some moments in our lives, especially in our societies, in our communities, how was her presence and how was the way she treated the rest of the people that were with her. So her being was like a ray of this light, array of this mercifulness. Through her, we can say, her being irradiated all this mercifulness, all this generousness. So if we want to connect or to feel in some moments, at least in our communities or in our societies, how society should be, how community should be, we should try to be like her, with her generosity, her altruistic mode of being, not like it, in these days is all individualism, is all avariciousness, griefulness. And this is the difference between what we can see these days in the world and what should be the world if we connect with the sacred being of Fatima Zahra. I don't like to say responsibility because it's like putting some kind of obligation in it, and we were talking about mercifulness, love, and compassion. So yes, we have a duty. Our duty is to connect with her and to try to feel this love in our hearts. But this is not only in these days, because if in our lives we never remember Ahlul Bayt and we never act like them and we never remember them, this love will not be present in our hearts. So will not be a difference between the days of Fatimiyya and the days they are not Fatimiyya. Because as the tradition says, the members of Ahlul Bayt and the lovers of Ahlul Bayt, when these special days come, they feel this sadness. They feel their heart full with sadness, even if nobody says to them what day is it. For example, a sign of a believer is that when a day of Shahada or a day of some circumstance, or the opposite, a day of Maulid or something like that comes, they feel through this sacred being that we're talking about before, this heart of the creation, that there is the Imam. So when the days of Shahada comes, normally a believer, a person who is connected with the heart of the Imam, will feel sad, the same as the Imam is feeling sad in these days. So in the same way, when there is a Maulid, this believer normally feels happy or feel like release, some kind of release, because the center of our beings is the Imam, and also the center of, if we are connected with the center of our own being, we should feel what he feels, at least in the proportion we are connected with him, in the proportion that we act like they teach us to act. At least if we remember them. For example, when we read our Qur'ans, when we recite our du'as, we always should try to connect with this sacred being, this sacred heart, that is the heart of the creation. And Fatima Zahra is all mercy, all compassion, all love. So we should try to purify our souls, and also to act in the nearer way we can with what our Masumin teach us. Not only the ahkam and the wajib, the obligations and the haram and the prohibitions, also in our akhlaq, in our treatment to others, in our treatment with our brothers, our sons, our fathers, our mothers, our friends. We should try to be like them, and if we try to be like them, our being will be every day more full and fulfilled of this love and this light, and also we will feel this presence in our hearts, and especially in these days we will connect with them. So it's necessary for us also to remember to feed this fire in our hearts in these days, and this light, so we can be truly lovers and truly followers of Ahlul Bayt.
मुझसे बोलो मेरी ज़हरा कल्लमीनी, दिल बहुत दर्द में डूबा है अली का कल्लमीनी। मुझसे बोलो मेरी ज़हरा